Okay, with young Munster head coach Gearoid Prendergast. Gearoid, nice way to start the season, I suppose, to beat one of your main rivals in the Munster Senior Cup, and I suppose get some compensation for losing to them in last year's final.
Yeah, 100%. Call them big time. It's a super win. Look, it was a great game. It was a really high tempo game. There was a lot of good rugby played from both sides. We knew what we were playing up against. Their quality side, as they've proven over the last number of years. But just really excited about the squad this year. We've got in a couple of new players. They've made a big addition, and training's been going well over the last few weeks. So I think we've prepped really well. But that's a super win. Delighted with it.
It's difficult to know, I suppose, given the current restrictions and everything, how you have prepared until I suppose you take to the field, and you must have been delighted. Three smashing tries there in the first half, and nice to build that bit of scoreboard distance between the two of you by half time.
Yeah, it was. I mean, look, the big thing we're trying to get the lads to do this year is play the game. I mean, we've got a lot of good ballers there that can play both forwards and backs, so I think a few of those tries exemplified that. But yeah, look, really proud of it. Obviously last 20 minutes, last 25 minutes even, they really came back into it, and credit to them. They have a very good offloading game, but yeah, particularly proud of that first half performance. Really, I think set the base for the second half, but I'd like us to kick on now, not just be a one-off, and add that consistency into the next few games.
That first try, Evan O'Gorman and Parine combined very well, obviously, and then Mark O'Mara to follow up so quickly, 2 tries in quick succession, that put all the pressure back on Con.
Yeah, I think Marky threw a bit of a dummy there out in the wing that a back would have been proud of. So not surprised with him though. He's a super player and he's a top guy. But yeah, and Evan and Pav developed a really good relationship. And then I have to commend Harry Fleming when he came in. Did a super job at shutting down a few things there out wide, and same with Craig O'Hanlon. So with young Craig Hannon come into the second row today as well. His first game at this level, did fantastically well. And look, it's going to be all about a squad. There's a lot of rugby to play out between now and the end of the year, so please God, it's onwards and upwards.
Is it a relief to finally get a competitive fixture? I mean, obviously, as a Division 1A side, you started in the quarter-finals, whereas lower division sides have started already, and given the unusual circumstances we're in, is it a relief to finally get out there and play a competitive 80 minutes?
It is. You got a lot of questions back in July and August, do you think it's going to go ahead? And naturally trying to stay positive for the lads, but none of us knew. So to be here today to actually play a game, granted it's strange surroundings, but very enjoyable. And look, I was saying it in an interview yesterday, hopefully we're back playing in front of bigger crowds in the coming weeks. We all need it. We need it at every level. We're missing it, but to be here is fantastic. To be finally playing, as you say, is great. And looking forward to UCC now next week in the league, which is a new format for us as well. But as I said, we're really looking forward to it.
Psychologically, to get one over on Con so early. I mean, you've had some ding-dong battles with them, over the years, and maybe in the Munster Senior Cup they've had the better of it in more recent years. So nice to get that little edge on them so early on.
It is against a team of that quality, and even looking at today, the experience they have. I know they've lost a few players to Munster, much like ourselves, but they replaced them with high quality players that are really experienced, have been there and done it. So to get a win over a team of that quality is really encouraging. But look, it's one game, it's the start of the season, so we'll keep our feet in the ground and we'll just look forward to next week.
You mentioned the new Energia community series which starts next week. What are your thoughts on that? A lot of local derbies, I suppose, coming up over the next couple of months.
Really looking forward to the derbies. Getting to play teams you might often get to play in a competitive format. So yeah, really looking forward to that. And again, as I said, there's quite a few games there, so it'll lead us hopefully nicely into Christmas break, and then please God into an AIL after Christmas, which we're all looking forward to.
And you have a semi-final of the Munster Senior Cup to look forward to, obviously, in December against Shannon, another one of your great local rivals. Yeah,
we'd be familiar with each other, and again, very good side. I believe they had a good win today against a good Bows team, so that's an impressive result. So yeah, we'll kind of park that now, if I'm honest. It's a bit off. We've got Shannon to play in the league as well, so that's probably more foremost in our thoughts. But as I said, right now we'll just prep for next week for UCC. Mind a few bodies from there today. It was a tough game against the Con side that are very physical, so a lot of tired bodies, but a lot of happy bodies as well.
Gareth, just in terms of, I suppose Philip Brown from the IRFU yesterday talking about the state of Irish rugby, professional level and club level, and the impact that COVID is having, and the lack of spectators, just the difficulties that's created for clubs like young Munsters. Week in, week out, it's creating a strain, I'd imagine.
Huge strain financially, for the supporters, you know, on a number of levels, but primarily financially. Naturally, every rugby club, every GA club, soccer club need finances to function, and not having crowds coming into the game is one key stream of funding that we don't have. And then purely from a social aspect, people meeting up, this is their club, their local community, they want to be here. You know, some of my kids wanted to come today, they couldn't. So on a number of levels, it's been very challenging. But you know, I work in the health service and I've seen firsthand how difficult this is and how challenging it is. So we've got to take a balanced approach with it. But look, as I said, we'll just take it week by week.
That's it, isn't it? It's week by week. I mean, we don't know. It's fast moving. You know, we just hope the numbers remain low and allow sport to continue, obviously. Yeah,
fingers crossed. I know they're quite high at the moment, but we've all got to practice the social distancing and everything that goes with it. And today, in fairness to everyone in the club involved, commend them. It's been really well run, and credit to Cork as well. They've come and they've understood the exact, you know, the scenario. So they've been, you know, working with us on that, which is great. So as I say, it's strange times, but hopefully it'll calm in the coming weeks.